Welcome to episode 6 of Reboot franchise. Before we get into anything, I saw someone saying, can we take a bit of a deeper look at the college players I'm scouting and things like that? And definitely that is something I will start doing more of. Again, a couple of episodes back, I tried to, start taking a better look at the stories and things. And let's take a look right now. Let's see, Andre Pede. We saw, I think, something about him. Reed Favorite, I've already started scouting, looking like a good tight end. So I will do, just know that I haven't shown anything where I've looked at the guy and thought, wow, if I have seen that, you've seen that as well. So I will keep doing what I'm doing, but I will start showing a little bit more of the process there as well. Players we're looking at, players we might want to draft. Today, the Texans come to us at M&T Bank Stadium, no longer thinking we've got a chance to win any games, but now, Tariq Cohen had a good game in his first game, and I'm interested to see how he will follow up because it looked good. His averages looked good. And another thing that was mentioned is, well, one thing was play Juju Smith-Schuster instead of Jeff Janis. But what I'm going to do instead of, bumping Janis down is we're going to, although Chad Hansen proved he's good at wide receiver number 1, we're going to take a game as well to take a look at Janis at number 1, Juju Smith-Schuster at number 2, although really he should be a number 1, that X spot where he's coming off the line of scrimmage. And then, looking at everybody else around him in other things. But for this first game, we're going to keep it like it is because Chad Hansen played well. And obviously, the request, I'd like to, take a look. It's a good idea. But Chad Hansen has definitely earned at least another week. So we will give him that because he has definitely earned it. Seth DeValve, I think we'll stick with there. Maybe drop him down. I'm not sure. It's nothing against either of the two tight ends. I'm just trying to find what works best. And on defense, we made the change to Willie Henry, and I feel like we actually stopped the run worse than we ever did before. I feel like the defense got worse, so we'll put Brent Urban back there in that spot, and we'll, not mess around with that. In regards to XP, if you're wondering, well, DJ Alexander starting twice is interesting. That's just for the sake of the aesthetic. Let's put Grugier Hill there. In regards to the XP, because nobody's got a lot, I forgot about the XP sliders. I'll be honest, I forgot about the XP sliders for a little while. They're now where they should be, so people will start gaining more XP now. But I forgot about them, so we're going to just save it up basically till the end of the season because it doesn't really matter when you use the XP because it's not going to make a difference. Yes, maybe they'll be slightly better, maybe we'd even win a game, but who cares? We'll save the XP, get as much as possible. Maybe for a few players then we can afford more expensive upgrades. Outside of that, there is nothing left to say. We're playing the Texans, and the Texans, of course, an interesting team. We love rookies in this series. The series was created for rookie players, and of course, the Texans have a very important one at quarterback in Deshaun Watson. And although the offense, of course, is good, and they've got, very good wide receivers, the problem we're going to be facing is that Texans defense, of course, headed by J.J. Watt, but we know of another couple of troublemakers on the defense, Whitney Merciless and Benardrick McKinney, just some of the guys there that'll be causing us problems, pass rushing, in coverage as well. And they've got a defensive tackle, David Onyemata, and we here are a little familiar with David Onyemata, so it'll be interesting to see that guy. Don't think it's the first Fire Sale franchise returnee to the series, but it's certainly the first one I've really thought about. A guy who started many years for us, so it'll be nice to see David Onyemata, of course. In this alternate universe, he hasn't got a clue who we are. But, we know what to expect here against the Texans, and let's just try and get some good-looking drives. That's it. Let's, temper our expectations down, drop it down low, and let's say, hopefully we can get some good drives going. Then, in a few weeks' time, next season, we can turn that couple of good games going, and then we can turn that into, let's try and win every single game and win the Super Bowl. But right now, we just want a few good drives a game, and we can see progress, and that'll make everybody happy. So here we go, Houston Texans at the Baltimore Ravens. Can we get something going on offense today? And can the defense keep playing pretty well? 1st and 10, they hit us quickly with a pass to Will Fuller. We've got to watch out for him, of course, with the speed, and they try and go for a little option here, but Brent Urban all over that, sets up this 3rd and 5, where Deshaun Watson has to run away, completes the pass, a broken tackle there by Lamar Miller. Now Lamar Miller running down the sideline over the 50-yard line. We had a chance to get him off the field. Instead, they complete for a big first down. Try running to the outside, but Xavier Gooden is all over that. Great pursuit to the ball carrier. 2nd and 13. They throw the ball up, and DeAndre Hopkins catches it in double coverage. How does he do it? There were two good defenders there, and he still managed to catch the ball. And they tried to go for a screen again here, but this time had no chance. Chris Wormley, one of the defenders, in on the sack. And on 1st and 10, we try and pass here, and that's just a completely badly missed pass. So we go for a little easier pass there, a short completion. Get Chad Kelly into a rhythm, and we continue that here with a pass on a screen. And Jeff Janis can take this one for another first down. That's 2 first downs in a row now. We're moving the ball well, passing it, and then we throw one here, and that ball just sails over the head of Tariq Cohen. He's not that tall. Nobody is that tall, and the pass is picked off by Kevin Johnson, taken back for a touchdown. Just look how many feet that went over the head of Tariq Cohen. Not inches or anything, feet. But this is what we like about Tariq Cohen. He can squirm for extra yards. On a 3rd and 2, we give him a chance here, but J.J. Watt knocks the ball out. It's recovered by the Texans. 2 turnovers in a row, and now they run the ball with Lamar Miller. G.J. Alexander finally managed to tackle him after he picks up the first down, and then on 3rd and 3 at the 7-yard line, they complete for the first down, sets up this 1st and goal. Deshaun Watson under pressure is hit and sacked. D'Angelo Brown just pushing the lineman into him, and then on 3rd and goal, Tim Williams with another sack, and we managed to hold them here, so we hold them to a field goal. Score now 13-0, and Tariq Cohen gets a quick pass here, and with that speed, gets close to the first down. And then on 2nd and 1, giving the ball back to Tariq Cohen. Some good blocking downfield there. Tariq Cohen getting to the 37-yard line. Finally tackled from behind by Brian Cushing. Now on 3rd and 11, looking for the first down. It's a completion to Seth DeValve. Linebacker in coverage, gets around him. They cannot catch him, and Seth DeValve is in for the touchdown on a nice route there, and a good pass by Chad Kelly. 1st and 10, and it's a pick by DeAndre Hall. DeAndre Hall can take this one back. Lamar Miller manages to tackle him inside the 20-yard line, and we have the ball at the 18. A great play by DeAndre Hall, just undercutting the route there, taking the ball away. So on 2nd and 5, running with Tariq Cohen again. He's got himself some space, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Then 3rd and goal, we lost 6 yards trying to get it in with the run, just didn't work, and that pass sails over the head of Jeff Janis on a slant, and we had to settle for 3 points. So we go into the second half now here, 13-10 the score, and we've got the ball near the red zone. We're now in the red zone with a great run by Tariq Cohen, just squeezing through those tiny gaps. And on 2nd and 10, Chad Kelly throwing that up, and it's picked off by Kareem Jackson. Maybe a little bit more air on that pass, and it would have been good, but Kareem Jackson comes off his man in that flat and takes the ball away. So the Texans, 2nd and 10 at the 29-yard line, going for a screen here, and they managed to get some good blocks. Tim Williams finally making the tackle, and on 1st and goal, they go for an option here. Everybody bites on the running back, and Deshaun Watson goes into the end zone untouched. Score now 20-10, and absolutely nothing there. The sack by Jadeveon Clowney, and we had to punt the ball away. So the Texans have it back, 3rd and 10 at the 41. Deshaun Watson running, and he finds his man, completes the pass there. The tackle is nice, the player is injured, and we hold him to a field goal. 2nd and 11, and Tariq Cohen there showing his speed, turning upfield and getting the first down there on a slightly badly thrown pass. And then Tariq Cohen with a big hole in the middle, his center running upfield, making blocks for him. Now 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. There's nobody really there open. Chad Kelly is sacked, and that is the man, David Onyemata, the man we know from a few years ago. 2nd and 19, and there's no blocking whatsoever on screenplays. We've seen it a couple of times. Luckily, a face mask penalty gets it here, and now thrown to the end zone. It's not a catch. Chad Hansen drops it. He looked upfield. Why? He was in the end zone. And on 4th and 10, we had to throw it. It was 4th down, and that gets absolutely nothing. Kareem Jackson gets his 2nd pick of the day, and that will end the game there as we didn't get another chance. Again, another game, another time where it looked like we had a chance, and then we just choke. And now I'm going to be fair to Chad Kelly. Last week I said, that's the first time I really couldn't stand him. This week, that final interception that he threw, his 3rd one, he wouldn't have even had to throw the ball if Chad Hansen had just caught the touchdown. The touchdown where he started to look upfield to run after the catch, even though he's in the end zone. That made absolutely no sense, but he dropped that pass. It would have been a touchdown. And so Chad Kelly had to throw more. So the problem is, of course, that Chad Kelly has to do too much. He has to throw too often, 29 attempts. If people just did the right thing the first time, he wouldn't even have to throw those later passes that end up being interceptions sometimes. Of course, there's some, like the first one, which, even if Tariq Cohen was the tallest running back in the NFL rather than one of the smallest, he would have still overthrown him by 2 feet. So, he still can throw passes badly, but sometimes you just leave him on the field too long. If Chad Hansen takes that touchdown in, who knows, we might have won that game. But no, instead we throw for 175 yards, 62% completion percentage, a touchdown and 3 interceptions. Rushing, Tariq Cohen doing so well today. I thought we had a chance to go over 100 yards. I don't think we've had a 100-yard rusher yet. So obviously it would have been nice to have that, but we didn't get it. The fumble, I mean, he got hit by JJ Watt. Terrible blocking. We'll let him get away with that one. 5.2 yards per carry. Of course, he fumbles more often. We may think differently. 9 receptions today for 43 yards. You know, threw in a lot of quick passes to him. Jeff Janis 4 for 36. Jakeem Grant 2 for 22. Chet Hansen 2 for 36, but look at the drops. 2 by Chet Hansen, 1 by Jakeem Grant. You've got to stop dropping passes. Help your quarterback out. Don't make him throw again after the time that you should have had a first down, a touchdown, or whatever. Blocking, don't even need to look at that. Some sacks. Now, Xavier Gooden having a good day today with 10 tackles and half a sack. Then Tim Williams with 5. Good day for Tim Williams as well. So we get a sack, Tim Williams. Carl Davis gets half a sack. D'Angelo Brown gets half a sack. Camus Grugier-Hill gets half a sack. Chris Wormley, Xavier Gooden, Brent Urban also getting half a sack. I realised quickly enough that I don't need to say each name and half a sack each time. DeAndre Hall with the interception. It was a very nice one. Forced fumbles we didn't have, but DeAndre Hall's interception, I wanted him on the team. He is the 4th string cornerback, so he's not on the field that often. But when he is, you know, we see him on special teams, and he does some good things on special teams. And, you know, there he shows it. Should he get jumped over Jalen Myrie? I'm not ready to say that yet. Maybe another great special teams player will jump him over, because to be fair, although Jalen Myric's played well, DeAndre Hall is proving that he's worth looking at. But we'll save it for now. He'll have to show us one more thing, then we'll give him the chance. Saw some good things in this game. You know, we're going to draft a quarterback. So right now we're 1-10 after that game, and it's time to scout players. Let's go in together, shall we, and take a look. Now, again, there's nothing worth talking about. I'll show you quickly who we're looking at, and it's not many people. Let's see, draft board, here we go. It's just Reggie Austin, a left guard, who looks good, and Hunter Washington, a middle linebacker. To be fair, we can probably add that tight end to the draft board as well, because Reed Favorite, look at that, good catching, and that's all we know about him. Defense, I've not done too much on. Tried to look at cornerbacks and safeties, and thought actually I'm pretty happy there. Linebackers, you know, we're looking in the middle. Hunter Washington, that's the kind of guy we'd take with our first round pick. Second rounders, obviously we got a good number of this year. Don't want to stick too long on the drafting thing. Let's go, you know, quickly to the running backs. There's one guy, Jaquan Barber, who looks like he will absolutely run people over. If he's got good speed, that will be a guy I'm very interested in. And now we're just looking at running backs right now. Nobody there I'm seeing. Let's make it, you know, Trayvon Bromley may be interested in Carter Corto, you know, maybe, but the juke move here by Pierce Moon is something I'm interested in. He's a one-cut guy as well. We've got some guys with like a stiff arm and stuff. But with the running backs, I've seen some of the best running backs I've seen come in the draft came in later rounds. So, you know, this is an important position to keep an eye on throughout the entire draft, not just, you know, after the first 2 rounds are over. So here we are, week 13, and it's another game at home, another chance to get those good drives together. We had some good drives in the last game. They didn't end perfectly, and after Chad Hansen's touchdown dropping performance, we of course are going to make that change where we take a look at Jeff Janis at number 1, Juju Smith-Schuster at the number 2 spot. And that's pretty much all we're going to change here right now. We're happy with everything else. Nothing else is changing as we play these Detroit Lions. We know about the Detroit Lions. They've got the, you know, buckets full of receivers. They've got Matthew Stafford who can feed them all day long, and the defense, never forget Big Play Slay. He will take advantage of you. The Cardiac Cats, of course, are late game specialists, but we haven't been in many close games. Let's see if we get a chance to be in one now, and let's see how they do. So here we go, the Detroit Lions coming to visit us. It's another home game, another chance to try and just get something positive going. And the Lions start with the first play of the game here with Theo Riddick, who hits a huge hole, and Theo Riddick might just go all the way. He's being chased by a couple of defensive backs, but he may have the speed. He's tackled into the end zone. Theo Riddick on the first play of the game gets a touchdown run, so we've got to try and do something here. Chad Kelly sets his feet and just throws the ball out of bounds. Jeff Janis had absolutely no chance. So on 1st and 10 at 37-yard line, quick pass there to Tariq Cohen, who stays inbounds, cuts upfield for the first down. We're moving the ball. 3rd and 10. Chad Kelly's going to have to pass. Rolls out to the right. He's going to look to pick this up with his feet now. Is stopped short, though. And we have to punt the ball away. So the Lions already up by 7. Running with Theo Riddick again, who's got another big hole. Is finally tackled there by Eric Murray. 3rd and 6 at the 20-yard line. Can we stop them here? They complete the pass but we stop him for 4th and inches, and on 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. We tried to throw a screen. The blocking wasn't there from the receivers, and the defensive back is able to come off and take the ball. DJ Hayden with the interception, so the Lions have the ball back, and there's a sack there by Tim Williams. A good play from him. 3rd and 12 now. Stafford looking to pass, has the time, but the ball is knocked out. A good hit there from Xavier Gooden. So 2nd and 11, and another ball that sails over the head of Tariq Cohen. I think Chad Kelly actually has a problem with his eyes, but he can also do this. Absolutely thread balls through for a perfect pass, and then 2nd and 10, he can also do this. Completely misses the fullback, hits the linebacker. This is why Chad Kelly was Mr. Irrelevant, because you just don't know what you're getting. He's capable of great plays. He's capable of absolutely awful ones. And now the Lions with the ball back on 2nd and 5. A completion deep over the middle. A bunch of Ravens in the area, but it's still a big completion. Now trying to run with Theo Riddick, and Tim Williams did not let that happen. Just absolutely set the edge and stopped it there. 3rd and 11 now. Matthew Stafford got time in the pocket. Will pressure come through, or will he find an open man? And with that much time, he's bound to find an open man. The pressure never came, and they complete the pass. And then Theo Riddick on 3rd and goal is able to run in for a touchdown. We're now down 20-0. 3 minutes left in the first half. A lofted pass, and it's picked off. Now, to be fair, Nevin Lawson never had control before he went out of bounds, but it was unreviewable, and they got to keep that play. And then on 1st and goal, a completed pass there to Brandon Pettigrew. Now, we cannot blame Chad Kelly for that, but the second half starts with Mike Bercovici at quarterback. It is time. We've made the change, and he completes a pass there to Jeff Janis for the first down. We just cannot keep letting Chad Kelly throw interceptions. Maybe Mike Bercovici is capable of a little bit better. On 3rd and 9, it's a completion there. He just keeps the ball safe rather than trying to push it downfield, and that's kind of what we need as well. On 3rd and 4, we're able to stop him, give our offense another chance. A run play here with Tariq Cohen. A good block downfield, and he picks up a nice gain from that down to the 31-yard line. Injury timeout wasn't for one of our players. Our 1st and 10, completion there to Juju Smith-Schuster. Mike Bercovici managing to move the ball right now. Then on 1st and goal, Mike Bercovici sees the gap. Bercovici is into the end zone untouched, and there's a rushing touchdown for the man. So 1st and 10 for the Lions now. Again, no pressure really coming. Matthew Stafford with far too much time in the pocket. With that much time, he's going to find a receiver, and he does for a big completion. 3rd and 8 now at the 26-yard line. Again, that pressure's not really coming in, but also nobody is open. And finally, DJ Alexander is able to beat the right tackle and bring down Stafford. Now Mike Bercovici running again. Manages to get through the defenders to the 20-yard line. Managed just to set them up going the wrong way and pick up a bunch of yards. 3rd and 12. A lofted pass there to TJ Logan, and he's into the end zone. And that is maybe one of the nicest passes we've seen go for a touchdown this season. 1st and 10 now for the Lions from the 36-yard line, and a completion there. Again, a lack of pressure right now is hurting us, but there's pressure there as Matthew Stafford with the play action didn't have time to do anything. Marlon Humphrey came in on that sack with Chris Wormley, and then on 3rd and 15, Matthew Stafford is able to find the receiver, Brandon Pettigrew, again for a first down. The pressure needs to be there on a 1st and goal. Theo Riddick goes into the end zone for the final touchdown of the game. It finally happened. We finally made the switch to Mike Bercovici. Now, is he much better? I can't exactly say yes or no, but did he throw any interceptions? No. So once he came on, he, threw for 64% completion percentage, 9-14, not bad. A touchdown as well, his first career touchdown. Tariq Cohen again with a great yards per carry average, 8 for 47. Obviously, it'd be nice to start using him a bit earlier. We really should have done that, to be fair. We were passing far too much to start the game. Receiving, we've got some drops again. Tariq Cohen with 2 this time. Nobody else with any, so good on everybody else there, but still drops. We need to help everybody out on the team. We're a team. Everybody needs to pull their weight. Looking at the tackles, Terrence Brooks leading the team. It's my age-old quote, if your safety's leading in tackles, there's a problem. And every week there's a problem, but not every week the safety leads in tackles. Sacks, DJ Alexander with 1, Tim Williams with 1, half a sack for Chris Wormley, and Marlon Humphrey as well. No interceptions, no forced fumbles. Turnovers would help us. We lose 37-14 to the Lions, and that caps off another disappointing series of games. So what I want to do now is scout players, then advance the week, and with 4 games left, I want to see where we're in the, first overall pick lottery, because we might stand a chance at 1-11. So this time we just looked at some offensive linemen, some decent enough ones there, and finished off looking at the running backs, or as much as we could. Some good ones in here. Jamarian Barr out of Wake Forest, the power back I'm interested in. I thought Rashawn Ware, Colorado State speed back, could have been someone interesting because he starts with B elusiveness It got a little bit worse, but I just want to see what all of his stats look like. Pierce Moon should be there in the second round. Does look interesting. Kato Koto, I mean, it's a silly name, but he's not bad either. But there's definitely some interesting players here. And I like Trayvon Bromley with the A- carrying, but Jaquan Barber does have some more A's, and double A's. We're going to have to look at his, combine stats, but it's pretty interesting. So, of course, none of these games will be played, but we're playing the 8-4 Steelers and then the Browns, so we're back in the division here to close out the season pretty much. Let's take a look at the standings. So right now, we do have the first overall pick, which obviously would be great. I mean, if you're losing, you at least want the first overall pick, and that's what we're going to get if we can continue to do worse than the 49ers. The Browns aren't good, and we get to play them in 2 weeks' time, or rather in a week's time. I'm not entirely sure how you want to say that. The Colts will be playing as well, and the Colts are all the way up here. Okay, the Colts are good, so, well, 7-5. You never know. But that is it for this one. We're coming up to the end of the season, which means we can do the part we want to rather soon. It's the drafting of players and improving this team, and I think we're going to be pretty heavy on the offense this time, because the defense isn't too bad. Pretty well ranked in total yards. The offense is 32nd. Absolutely terrible. We need to improve some things here. Mike Bercovici will be the starting quarterback from this point onwards, because Chad Kelly has just been chucking him about like nobody's business. At least we've got to give this man a chance here. Mike Bercovici from undrafted. Let's see how he'll do.